I'm Shelley,
I'm Charlie.
and we're here today to talk about Charlie's dementia journey. We're going to talk about Charlie's initial diagnosis, and he's going to share a little bit about when he first went to the neurologist and what that felt like emotionally for him, and I'll share a little bit about what that felt like for me. Charlie, do you want to start?
Yeah, well, for various reasons, my doctor had sent me to the neurologist, and I had discussed what had been going on. Basically, a little bit of forgetfulness, some falling, some shaking, and afterwards he gave a preliminary diagnosis of prefrontal lobe dementia and possible ALS, because my mother had ALS. And that was kind of devastating. But this was without any testing. Subsequently, I went for 3 different tests. I had an EMG, which measures your muscles and how they're functioning, which was very non-invasive, simple test. And that showed that I did not have ALS. Which was great news. Then I went for a Spinal Tap, which wasn't as painful as some claim it can be. And that came back and showed that I had Alzheimer's disease. Then I went for a skin biopsy where they took 3 pieces of skin out of my leg area, various parts.
Can we back up just a
Sure.
minute? So that first office visit, I just want to talk about. So that very first office visit, I had said to you, we're not going to hear anything. It's a neuro visit, and neuro visits are typically, you don't hear information, you go for testing, and then diagnoses come down the road. But what we heard that day was that Charlie had dementia. We also heard that day that he could no longer drive.
That was devastating.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I mean, it was honestly a life-altering day for both of us. And we heard a lot of information that scared us both, because the doctor thought that he was, because of his mother's ALS, he said, I think that you're presenting with someone with ALS and frontotemporal dementia. And we heard all of this information, and it put us both into fear mode. Charlie ended up losing 30 pounds from that day, and he stopped driving, and there was a loss of independence, and we had to figure out what life looked like from that moment. Neither one of us walked out of that neuro visit feeling comfortable or really cared for. We knew that day that we would be switching doctors, because neither one of us felt like it was a doctor that was taking care of us emotionally with that kind of what is it?
Bedside manner.
Yeah, bedside manner, or lack thereof.
Yeah.
And my advice to Charlie was, let's just use this doctor to get the testing done, and then we'll switch doctors, which is exactly what we've done.
Yeah. So the third type of test I was saying was a skin biopsy, which wasn't painful either, which came back after a time that I had Lewy body dementia, which is something they used to not be able to diagnose until autopsy. But apparently now they can do it. And so, I already had leukemia, which I had, come to grips with the fact that I was probably going to have a shortened lifespan. But finding out I had not one, but 2 types of dementia, because, why stop at one? That was really a shock to me. And I'm still coming to terms with it. I'm trying to be able to enjoy myself while I'm still okay. I'm still okay. I haven't lost any capabilities really to speak of. They did prescribe one medicine. It's called Aricept. That does.
That changed you.
Or donepezil is the chemical name of it. And it helped me. I was having a little trouble writing. My handwriting had gotten sloppy and it was difficult to write. It was difficult to print. And most of that has gone away. I was having some minor, what's the word?
Cognitive?
Delusions.
Hallucinations.
Hallucinations.
Yeah.
I would see things off to my periphery and I would turn and there would be nothing there.
But can I just talk about the changes I've seen since you went on Aricept?
Sure.
So you had a very flat affect. Your eyes were glazed over. The tone when you spoke was completely flat. There was no ability to express, joy or happiness. And it was almost as if you were in a shell and you couldn't get out. And once the Aricept got to a level where you needed it to be, then you started being you again.
Yeah, I mean, I still have my moments, but I've been able to crack jokes and laugh and do all those kinds of things. Luckily, like I say, there's no timetable for this dementia. It could take years. It could be a year. It could be 10 years before I really start to feel it. They don't know. Everybody's different, and so I have to try to make the best of whatever time I have, and I'm trying to enjoy myself. I've started doing something very preliminarily, as I played a saxophone again. Shelley had my saxophone, which is a very high quality saxophone that I had when I was in high school, fixed up. I haven't played it since then, but I used to be very good. And I have that now, and I'm very tentative with it. I don't play it a lot, but I kind of, after 40 plus years of not playing, when I play it, it sounds horrible. I can't control it like I used to, and it makes me feel bad. But I got to remember that I was in high school when I played it. I mean, it's a long, long time ago. And so, yeah, that's where it's at. The driving is something that is the scariest part, losing the independence. Luckily, Shelley is able to and willing to drive me around. But that was difficult. I'm not going to lie, sugarcoat that. That was and is difficult. But trying to make the best of it.
You're doing great.
Thank you.
Well, how about we say goodbye for right now, and then we'll go enjoy the rest of our day together.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Take care, and if any of this serves you well, please subscribe, like, share, and comment, and build your tribe. Build your tribe now if you're going through something like this, because now is the time that you need the support. And reach out to us and ask us any questions, and we will be happy to answer them and support you in whatever way we can. Bye.